17. She was an aspiring model and actress. She first made the allegations against Cosby back in 1986, but never went to police. It wasn't until 2004 when another woman filed a lawsuit against Cosby that she spoke publicly. She was one of 13 women scheduled to testify against Cosby, but the civil suit was settled.
6:35. Let's take a look at those roads. Good morning, Andrea.
Hey, good morning, you guys. Not much going on right now as far as accidents are concerned. We do have delays out there, and they're starting to be seen on most of the freeways. A little bit of slow traffic, at least. 35th Avenue to 7th Street, we're down to about 58 miles per hour. So not too far below the speed limit. Nonetheless, it'll take you about 4 minutes to get through those few miles. And then beyond that, 7th Street in toward the 51, it's still a little sluggish there as well. Down on the I-17, 58 miles per hour there from Peoria to the Stack. We're still under a 10-minute ride, not too bad. I-10 this morning, it's accident-free, and here's what it looks like as far as the traffic's concerned. Slow and go there at 83rd Avenue. That's where it starts to pick up with the slower conditions. Then it gets slower heading through West Phoenix with better conditions ahead of you near 35th Avenue. Ladies?
All right, thanks, Andrea.
With Corey McCloskey on Fox 10 News.
Well, coming up, a former First Lady celebrates a birthday.
Wow, that's quite the cake.
Yes, it is.
So we'll have that story. Also, it's the place that receives the most lightning strikes. We'll tell you exactly where it is.
Judy.
Thanks once again. This is a look at Athens just a little bit ago. People there are anxiously waiting to learn the financial fate of their country. Today, leaders of the 19 Euro countries will gather for a summit to discuss Greece's future in the European Union and its Euro currency.
6:37 now, and get ready to shell out some extra cash if you head to Starbucks this morning or anytime. Starting today, the company is increasing prices on some of its drinks, going anywhere from 5 to 20 cents up. This hike comes as other coffee sellers are actually cutting prices. Starbucks says the coffee cost, not the only part of its expenses. That includes rent, labor.
So goes on and on and on, aided by Russia, Iran, and Hezbollah. For 4 years, the president has said Assad must go as a part of a political transition in Syria, but conditions on the ground have never allowed it. Tragically, that remains true today. What each of these growing threats has in common is a failure of deterrence brought on by a dangerous perception of American weakness and lack of resolve.
Hungry. Don't worry about making breakfast this morning because one Valley restaurant chain is celebrating a big birthday and they want us all to join them.
They sure do. Heidi is live in Central Phoenix. I think we're talking very cheap pancakes, right?
Yes, even pancakes that I can afford. 57 cents for a short stack, and this is all because IHOP is turning 57 years old. It's their sweet 57. So from 7 o'clock this morning until 7 o'clock tonight, you can come in and get a short stack for less than $1. And if you're a mom at home, you know it serves as a good breakfast. It's a good lunch. It's even a good dinner, guilt-free. I don't judge, and nobody's going to judge this. This is Elizabeth. This is a great opportunity for folks to come in and visit your restaurants and help you guys celebrate your birthday.
Absolutely. We are going to be open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. for this promotion. Most of our restaurants are
$1 a year, and equally proud that our facility is not only impressive, but also energy efficient.
To learn more, visit savewithsrpbiz.com.
They said there'd be nights like this.
You had done that. Did you notice an increase in business? How busy does it get? Just for folks at home who are thinking about visiting today, how busy is it going to get in these restaurants?
Obviously, we weren't as busy as like National Pancake Day because we didn't get as much airtime on it, but we did see definitely an increase. But we are always ready and staffed ready for it, you know, for the business and for serving those pancakes.
I'm assuming that your pancake recipe you're young, you're not 57, that's for sure, hasn't changed over the years. This is still the same old fluffy, perfect pancakes that everybody can know and love from IHOP.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, so we are going to stick around here, and coming up in the 7 o'clock hour, Scott, we're going to give you some pancake making tips. Again, I probably make pancakes for dinner maybe twice a month. I figure as long as I throw some fruit in there with it, it's a pretty good meal. I'm not going to feel bad about giving it to my kids, but we're going to have some tips for making the perfect pancake if you can't make it out here today. But if you can, 57 cents for a short stack, it's a pretty good deal.
It's a great deal.
Excellent deal. Do you like yours thick or thin?
Thin.
Me too.
Yeah.
Hey, that's how I make them.
So she'll bring those back, I'm sure, anytime.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Heidi.
Thank you so much. AJ Pollock is officially.
Here at 6:40, if you're just waking
Mucho rain. No can rain.
What else are you going to do during that, right? That's the home team's dugout. Hard to play ball on that field. We'll tell you where that was happening. More on the way.
Plus, Iran nuclear talks extended past today's deadline. The State Department is claiming.
I mean, look at this. This looks like Tetris almost, just the way the blocks are. The wall is completely damaged for quite a long stretch. And we've seen this morning, we've seen power poles down, we've seen lines snapped, we've seen trees over, debris scattered everywhere. So this block wall, just another area of Whitman that was hit very hard.
Yeah, let's show you some ground video now. Some pictures there, and pretty intense. You can see a trailer right in the middle of your screen there in that truck, and all of the debris all scattered around it. And again, this is Whitman. There was a microburst that hit yesterday, left a lot of people without power with some of those power poles down. APS is working on the scene to try to restore power because those folks were left without, as you can imagine, air conditioning overnight, extremely uncomfortable. But in terms of the debris that you're looking at, you can see some animals actually moving through some of the debris there, but just a mess for those folks to clean up today. Fortunately, I believe Corey's been talking about it throughout the day. No storms are expected, so it gives them some time to really clean up. We'll be following this story of all the weather damage that we see there in Whitman throughout the morning for you.
Wow, and as you zoom in, you could see even the car was crushed, completely crushed. So we will continue to give you these live pictures, and you can just see in these pictures, we want to get the story out of Maracaibo. It's a lake in western Venezuela, and it's earning its place in the Guinness Book of World Records as being the area with the highest concentration of lightning strikes.
Wow.
So this is the result of warm air clashing with the cold air that comes down from the mountains. The clashes set off huge thunderstorms, which create an average of 28 lightning strikes a minute.
That is incredible.
28 a minute. So yeah, we had a light show. They've got quite the spectacular light show as well.
So you just hang inside hoping that it doesn't hit, you know?
Right.
Take a look at this picture. Happy birthday to former First Lady Nancy Reagan, celebrating her 94th. With a big smile. Take a look at that cake there. Mrs. Reagan celebrating at home with friends in Los Angeles. Her two-tier birthday cake decorated with cascading flowers. Nancy and President Reagan were married for 52 years.
Coming up, Corey will be back with another look at our forecast.
Plus, some of the top stories making headlines for you this morning. We'll have the barroom video that got a college quarterback kicked off the team. It is pretty wild.
Yeah, it's disturbing. Also, a shattering experience for some